Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Security Guard Command. Been a little busy lately. A lot of stuff going on with the weather and whatnot. Dealing with my home and my property. Last night we evacuated and got out of the area. We got a tornado alert, and so. A little stressful. 3 o'clock in the morning, we get this alert. I go outside, and it's first of all, it was warm. Okay, it was unusually warm. The air was extremely still. There was no wind at all, and it was fairly quiet aside from the nonstop lightning and thunder going on all around me. You look out, it's pitch black, you can't see anything past the trees, and then all of a sudden, a flash of light, loud crack of thunder, and then it was just dark again, and then loud crack of thunder, lightning. It was crazy. And it just seemed like the conditions were just right for a tornado, and hence that's why they put out a tornado alert. All of our phones in the whole house just were going off. So we got up, got dressed, got the kids loaded in the car, and started taking off. And the reason we were taking off, the instructions in the alert said to get to a basement. If you don't have a basement, shelter in the most secure innermost room of your house. And if you live in a mobile home, seek shelter in a more stable structure. And I thought, well, crap. Currently, we're in the process of doing home construction. We're living in a trailer. That's worse than a mobile home, guys. Worse than, those are meant to move. Okay, they're super lightweight. So I told my wife, said, we're going to get out of here because sticking around is probably not the best option. And it also said not to drive anywhere, but at this point, I felt like that was the better option, other than having nowhere else to go at this moment. So packed up in the car. I live on about a half a mile of dirt road. As soon as we hit the paved road, the storm just let loose. It was lightning amped up, and probably we're having, like, I would say 3 to 5 lightning strikes a second. I could barely see out the windows. Hail was coming in at us sideways from every direction. The car was being blown all over the road. I just kept pushing through. Finally, I got a little bit ahead of the storm, and the storm was on our tail all the way. I drove a good 15 miles up the mountain, because tornadoes don't do well in hilly, rough terrain. They like flatland, and we're right on the edge of flatland, but still in the hills. So we still do get affected. We do get funnel clouds from time to time. So the storm was on our tail all the way up to the top of the mountain. I parked in a wide open parking lot with no trees or light posts or anything around, and we rode the storm out, let the storm pass. And once it calmed down, I started heading back down the hill. I got about halfway down the highway again, and we were stopped. There was a car in front of me stopped. There's a massive pine tree laying across the highway where I had literally just driven. And so we're sitting there. A couple guys got out and cleared a very small pathway. They had their big trucks or whatever, and they just plowed through once we cleared a small path. One car tried to drive through, got their mirror ripped off, so we're still kind of stuck. A few minutes later, highway patrol shows up, and so I get out of my car and I start assisting them. One of them has a chainsaw. We start cutting up the trunk of the tree, and as soon as they cut it, I was lighting up the area for them so they could see what they were cutting. And then as soon as the tree was all cut up, I started hauling off the pieces of the trunk off to the side of the road. We got an entire lane cleared, and it was great. Good teamwork between civilian and law enforcement. We got the job done very quickly and got traffic moving again. Ended up driving back home, and everything was still secure. But the thing that really tripped me out was that the area where I was really experiencing the hardest time controlling the vehicle, and the hail and the rain was coming in out of sideways, the neighbor's fence was completely demolished. There was nothing left of it. It was just ripped to shreds. I just can't help but wonder if a funnel cloud was touching down right there where I was driving through, because that area is a somewhat open, wide open, flat area. So I just can't help but wonder if that's what happened there. Either way, the winds were intense. It was crazy, and we made it through safe. Got home. By the time we got home, the clouds had even stopped, and we had clear sky, stars. So that was it. And so going through that experience, I started thinking about all of my brothers and sisters out and doing security, working in this weather. And I did a video on this topic like last week, and I'm just gonna reiterate it, guys. If you're faced with some of this weather, take cover, take shelter. If you're gonna park your car, in the parking lot of where you're guarding, park away from trees and any power lines or poles, because you never know if something's going to get knocked down on top of your car. You need to keep your car secure. If you are able to go inside the building during these storms, especially like the way it was last night or this morning. It was pretty bad. Check out the video I posted. It was originally a live, and then it went up onto my channel as a video. You can watch that. I gave some tips on how to stay warm, stay dry, things you can do to prepare for these storms, because it sounds like we've got a few more of these systems coming in, and this is primarily for Northern California security guards. However, some of the LA, Southern California areas are affected by these storms as well. So, if you're in an area where these storms are coming at you, check out that video. It gives you a few tips and tricks. Be prepared, guys. These storms are no joke. Mother Nature and the power behind Mother Nature is absolutely no joke. I just don't know what else to say. Just be prepared, guys. Use your head. Use common sense. Know what you're facing. If you live in an area with wide open, flat lands, anything's game at this point. We're getting tornado funnel clouds forming in California, which is not entirely unheard of, but it's rare, and it seems to have been happening more and more in the last few years. So guys, just stay safe. That's all I got right now. I just was thinking about you guys that are working out in this weather, and I'm kind of worried about you guys. I work in a hospital, so I've got a place to go. We've got shelter, we've got basements, we got sub-basements. So if things got really bad, I suppose we could all go to the basement, but the building itself is pretty secure. But I know some of you guys are stuck out in the open weather or in your cars in parking lots. And if that's the case, guys, you protect yourself. You do what you need to do to stay safe. If you get an alert like that on your phone, take cover, guys. Find a place to go, and just stay safe. You gotta protect yourself, guys. So, with that being said, I'm gonna sign off for now. I hope you guys have a good night, and take care.